Let's solve this PSLE ribbon question in 2017 together. Hi everyone, in this Practical Math video, we are going to look at one of the more tricky PSLE questions in 2017, alright? So let's read this math word problem together and see how to solve it. Jess wants 200 ribbons of length 110 cm for a party. However, the ribbons were sold at 25 meters per tape. How many tapes will Jess need? Now after reading this question, some of you might start thinking that this question doesn't really look that hard, right? But do you know that there's actually many booby traps hidden in it? Let's see what the traps are, okay? Trap number 1. If you're feeling really nervous during your PSLE Math exam, you might not have noticed that the units of measurements that are given are different. Do you see that? We have the length of each ribbon given in centimeters, and then we have the length of the tape given in meters. Now the first thing we need to do is to change everything to the same units so that it's easier for us to work with, alright? Since it's easier to work with whole numbers rather than decimals, we are going to change 25 meters to cm. Do you know how many cm there are in 1 meter? If you said 100, well done for remembering that. When we multiply 25 meters by 100, we are going to get 2500 cm. Good job everyone! Now that we have gotten rid of the first booby trap, our question is going to look like this now. And that looks so much better, correct? Now that we have all the units in place, how would you go about solving this math question? Some of you may think that we can multiply the number of ribbons, 200, by 110 cm. And this is going to give us the total length of the ribbons that Jess needs, right? Which works out to be 22,000 cm. And then because we know that one tape is 2,500 cm long, you'll probably choose to divide 22,000 cm by this to get the number of tapes needed. Are you thinking of the same thing? Now here's the thing that we need to know. When we are cutting ribbons from a tape, we can't really stick the leftover pieces together to make a ribbon of 110 cm. Can we? So if you solve this problem this way, looks like you have fallen into the second booby trap. Do you see why this PSLE ribbon question is so tricky now? So what's the right way of solving this ribbon question then? Well, to solve this question, we need to look at how many ribbons we can get from one tape, okay? Do you know how to do that? Let's divide the length of one tape by the length of one ribbon, alright? When we divide 2500 by 110, we are going to get an answer of 22.7 ribbons. And what's with this decimal point over here? This means that we are going to have some leftover parts of the tape. Do you think we should round this answer up or down? Remember what we said earlier on about not being able to stick the leftover parts together? Because of that, we are going to round our answer down to find the maximum number of ribbons that we can get from one single tape. And that magic number happens to be 22. So now we know that we can only get 22 ribbons from one tape. Now what do you think we should do next? Do you say divide the number of ribbons that Jess wants by the number of ribbons that she can get from one tape? If you did, great job! And that's exactly what we are going to do. When we divide 200 by 22, we are going to get 9.09 tapes. Oh dear, it seems like we have another number with a decimal again. This time round, it looks like we'll need to make another important choice again. Will you choose to round our answer up or down this time? Since we need 9 and a little bit more tape, having 9 tapes will definitely not be enough, correct? And that's why we are going to choose to round up our answer to 10. So looks like our dear friend Jess is going to need 10 tapes. And that's our answer. Do you get that? Now that you know how to solve this 2017 PSLE ribbon question, don't forget to check out the other PSLE math videos that we have and see whether you can solve the other PSLE questions too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.